Welcome back to the Market Snapshot, guys. Today we're going to be talking about what's been going on in the market here in the month of August 2021. The market as a whole has been slowing down, so we're going to kind of dive into the numbers and see exactly what that means for you as a seller or as a buyer. Thank you again for joining us today on the Wasatch Front Living YouTube channel. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate your viewership and your support, and also helps you stay up to date on the market, any other cool content we put out as well. So go ahead and subscribe, and thank you in advance. So we're first going to talk about days on market. Days on market, what that means is that on average, how many days on market before it goes under contract or something like that is a house sitting. So right now the number is 14. That is representative of what's been going on, and it hasn't quite caught up to what's currently happening right now in the market. So obviously 14 days is just insane. It's super fast, and that would signal to anyone that, oh, it's still a really hot and heavy seller's market. But the market is definitely trending more towards a buyer's market right now. There's lots of houses sitting on 15 days plus, 30 days plus, and seeing price drops. So if you've been waiting for a time to get in and potentially buy a house, right now is a good time because interest rates are low as well right now. So you could potentially come in, get some very buyer-friendly terms, which have been unheard of for about a year, and also get a great interest rate. Lock that in for 30 years. Average sales price is still sitting pretty high. We're at $520,000 as an average sales price for this week. And that's really not going to go away. It's just going to continue to trend upward. It's just a matter of how fast is it going to continue to trend. Right now we're seeing slowing down, so that would say, hey, appreciation is going to slow down a bit. But experts just put out something that's predicting another 20-year percentage appreciation gain in just another year. So based on those numbers, if we're hitting something like that, that's very similar to what we've seen. So home prices aren't going to drop. According to experts, the market's giving us a little bit of a cushion to maybe get in below list, but as a whole, home prices are on the rise. So number of sold homes this week was 953. That's not anything jumping off the page, but there are definitely a lot more listings. But like I was saying, things are sitting a little bit more. That might be due to buyer fatigue or a multitude of reasons. But basically, homes are sitting, and so sales aren't jumping off the book, even though there's more listings available than there were just a few months ago. Number of active listings is 2,193. That is quite a bit more than what we have been seeing, just like I was saying when we were talking about number of sold homes. So there are plenty of listings. Based on historical numbers, there's still quite a shortage, but I guess based on what we're seeing, there's quite a bit more inventory for buyers to come in and kind of shop around and see what they like, kind of compare in different areas, different houses, rather than finding the one, just going for that one. So a lot more active listings, a lot more availability to shop around right now. Now, for under contract homes, there's 5,571, and this is just about average. There's no big jump here, and based on what I've been saying in other videos, that number won't change a whole lot unless there's just a huge swing in the market. So that's staying steady as usual. Now, for an interest rate, like I was saying earlier in the video, we are seeing lower interest rates staying steady. We've seen into the mid threes, below 3. It's been a little while since it's been below 3%, but that we're kind of sitting right at 3% right now. It's a 3.08 for a 30-year, and it is a 2.37% for a 15-year mortgage. Not a lot of people opt for that 15, but some people do. Lower interest rate, higher. It'd be a higher payment, of course, because your amortization is set over 15 years rather than 30. But both are great options, and interest rates are low. Okay, so now we're on to our final little segment here. We're going to go over a real estate term. A lot of people that I work with don't necessarily know what title insurance is before. I know we've talked about it before, but I'm just going to go over it again. So title insurance, well, first off, using a title company for a real estate transaction is basically they're just an uninterested third party that will keep track of funds and make sure the Rep C is carried out as it's laid out in the original Rep C and any additional addendums. Additionally, on top of that, they do some things what they provide a title report, which basically tells the buyer that the property that they're purchasing is free and clear of any liens, and if there is a lien like a mortgage or anything that's existing, it'll be paid off via the transaction. So the buyer will receive the property lien free, and they'll be the only interested party other than obviously the lender if they're using a lender. But if they're buying cash, they'll be the only interested party in the property and have a full and clear title on that property. It's a way to make sure what you're buying is what you're going to get, and there's not going to be someone who comes in and tries to take that or has a dispute on a property line, etc. So title insurance is a great thing. They help keep track of the transaction. They insure the transaction, and they coordinate the signing of the paperwork, make sure it gets to both the buyer and seller lenders, and everyone's happy. So that's title insurance. I just want to thank you guys for joining us today on the Market Snapshot. It's always a great time to talk about real estate. And if you guys have any additional questions on top of what was talked about today, feel free to reach out. My contact info is at the bottom of the video, and it's also in the description, all that stuff. So feel free to shoot me an email, text, you can call me, whatever you're most comfortable with. And if you need help buying or selling real estate, I'm your guy. So give me a call. Let's see what we can figure out for you, whether it's on the sell or the buy side. Thanks again for watching. And if you didn't already, go ahead and subscribe. And I appreciate you guys. Have a good one.